Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here with us because today we're doing something incredibly powerful. We're decoding this fascinating text deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. It's all about the hidden, almost secret strength of staying quiet. But here's the twist. We're going to do this while simultaneously mastering standard American English pronunciation and really upgrading your advanced vocabulary. So we're basically training your mind, your mindset, and your mouth all at the exact same time. If you truly want to speak with authority, you have to understand the power of your words and, ironically, the immense power of withholding them.
Okay, let's dive into this. Today's explainer covers 4 specific modules. 1. The power of silence. 2. Focus and mental strength. 3. Protecting your future goals. And 4. Building stronger relationships.
All right, Module 1, the power of silence, specifically focusing on protecting your energy. So I want you to think about this for a second. Does talking actually solve problems, or does it kind of just create more noise? The text points out something really fascinating here. Talking about your problems over and over again, it actually drains your mental energy. You might think you're processing your feelings, but a lot of times you're really just keeping your mind busy and totally exhausted. Silence, on the other hand, well, it helps you think clearly, feel calmer, and it actually conserves that precious emotional strength for your actual growth. And this brings us to a really beautiful duality presented in the text: reaction versus response. Look, when you speak immediately out of anger or sadness or just pure ego, you're just reacting. And fast, highly emotional reactions, they usually just create damage. But silence creates a pause. In that quiet pause, you gain the actual ability to choose your words wisely. And that is a response. Reaction creates damage, sure, but a calculated response, that creates genuine power. So the crucial point here is understanding exactly how your words can be used against you. Take our first big vocabulary word, manipulate. To manipulate means to control or influence someone cleverly and, usually quite unfairly. The source material warns us that when you overshare, you're basically handing people the emotional buttons they need to manipulate you. They know what hurts you, what excites you, what scares you. Staying quiet, that hides those buttons completely. Okay, it's time for our first pronunciation drill. I want you to act as my language partner here. We're heavily focusing on standard American syllable stress. Notice those capitalized letters? That is exactly where you need to push your voice louder and a bit higher. Listen and repeat right out loud wherever you're sitting right now. React, respond, manipulate. Notice how manipulate has 4 syllables, right? But that heavy stress falls right on that second syllable, nip, manipulate. Great job.
Moving right along to Module 2, Focus and Mental Strength. Subtitle here is Building Inner Discipline. Check out this quote. Quiet consistency beats loud intention. What an unbelievably powerful contrast. Think about it. Anyone can talk a big game. Anyone can loudly announce what they intend to do. But very, very few people can simply wake up, stay completely quiet, and actually just do the work every single day.
And that brings us to our next key vocabulary word, consistency. It's a noun, and it means the quality of always behaving or performing in a similar way. In the context of our text, it means mentally strong people grow steadily. They don't need to complain, and they certainly don't need to announce their every single move. Their effort is consistent, and honestly, consistency absolutely loves silence.
But why don't they need to announce those moves? Simply because they do not seek this next word, validation. Validation is the recognition or affirmation that you or your feelings matter. The text argues that mentally independent people just don't need constant external validation. They don't need a round of applause to know they're doing a good job. Their confidence is practically unshakable from the inside out.
Let's lock in the pronunciation for these vital nouns. Once again, watch those capitalized syllables for the standard American intonation. Listen and repeat after me. Consistency. Validation. Really notice that open A sound, dation. Discipline. Focus on that crisp, short E sound right at the beginning. Discipline. Awesome.
All right, Module 3, protecting your future goals, specifically working in private.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why working in private is a game changer. Loud people announce their plans and seek validation. Quiet people execute their plans and seek actual results. The psychology behind this is so fascinating. When you talk about your goals, your brain literally feels rewarded, almost as if you've already achieved them. This creates a sort of false satisfaction, and it completely kills your hunger to do the actual gritty work. Which leads us to a really crucial psychological term for your vocabulary: self-sabotage. This is behavior that creates problems and interferes with your own long-term goals. According to the text, talking creates immense pressure to prove yourself to the people you just told. That pressure creates anxiety, right? And fear of failure. And that fear ultimately leads to you throwing in the towel and quitting. By simply staying quiet, you remove the pressure, effectively protecting yourself from self-sabotage. This next quote from the source is incredibly striking to me. Quiet growth is the most dangerous growth. Now, dangerous in a good way, of course. When people don't see your work, they tend to underestimate you. And being underestimated, that is your safest and most powerful advantage. It gives you the total freedom to make mistakes, to learn, and to improve without a massive audience watching your every single move. Time to tackle some fantastic multi-syllable heavyweights. Mastering the rhythm of these longer words is exactly what will make your spoken English sound incredibly natural. Let's practice. Just follow my rhythm here. Underestimate. Sabotage. Make sure that first A is open and super clear. Sab. Unpredictable. Notice how fast those last two syllables are. Able. Unpredictable. Finally, we hit Module 4, building stronger relationships and the power of selective sharing. Listening builds empathy, trust, emotional intelligence. The text masterfully positions silence here, not as ignoring someone or, giving them the cold shoulder, but as the ultimate tool that opens your ears. Think about it. When you stop talking, you start really noticing behavior, intentions, truths. You actually start to deeply, truly understand the person sitting right in front of you. Which brings us to the word empathy. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Now, let's put on our language coach hats for a quick second. This word has the famous American English th sound. To say it perfectly, your tongue literally must lightly touch the bottom of your top front teeth. Empathy. Just blow a little air right through there. Empathy. Perfect. Now, what's really interesting about this idea is how it entirely redefines relationships. Silence is not distance. Silence is wisdom. Mature relationships honestly don't need constant explanation or endless emotional dumping. What they require is strong boundaries, absolute trust, and emotional safety. By not reacting to every little passing comment and not engaging in every petty argument, your silence actually becomes this protective armor that allows mutual respect to flourish. Let's execute our final pronunciation review. Come on, speak out loud with real confidence, and let's aim for incredibly clear, mature articulation. Ready? Empathy. Remember that exact tongue placement. Boundaries. Maturity. Notice that slight ch sound Americans often sneak into the middle of maturity. Maturity. Excellent work. Wow, we have covered a ton of ground today. You've actively upgraded your English vocabulary, you've fine-tuned that standard American pronunciation, and we've even covered the true stoic power of withholding your words. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. One day, your results are going to speak very loudly, but will you have the discipline to stay quiet until they do? Take that question with you today, keep practicing your new vocabulary, and let your quiet growth begin. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and seriously, keep working in silence.